Well, as promised, let's shift focus away from the equity markets. Let's talk about what's going on in the metals and commodities space on the whole. Manisha is with us as always. Manisha, tell us what's going on there.
Well, a positive day to begin with for the metal prices, and we've seen gains come back in Shanghai on the LME as well. And this is even as China's economic data was the lowest in a couple of decades and more. But at least it was in the line with the street expectation, and that really seems to be giving some bit of a comfort to the markets. So you have seen the ferrous and the non-ferrous metals continue to gain up. Steel on your radar at nearly a percentage point on the higher side. Apart from that, it also has China's statement saying that they are looking to eliminate or coming out with a plan that would eliminate the trade surplus with the US right now. China refining numbers have been on the higher side. Also, there are statements from US saying that there is progress with the China in sense of talks, but the US has declined or denied considering the tariff removal up until now. So plenty moving really when it comes to the metal space. So more sentiment than fundamentals is how we have been tracking that space. If you look at the prices also, it would be taken care of, or the markets would also want to look at the British PM who's presenting the plan B for Brexit in the parliament today. So as I said, the weakness in US dollar and what's happening across the globe is something that the markets are looking for in sense of prices right now.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that, Manisha. Well, Kotak Mahindra Bank, I think just keep an eye out on that stock. It had moved higher. Now it's still holding with some green, but it briefly moved into the red. I don't know whether we have got a commodity expert with us. So, all right, we're trying to get a commodity expert. For the time being, a quick check on the markets. Frontline indices that you're looking at. Asian Paints, that stock is doing well ahead of its numbers. Eicher Motors as well has seen a bit of a bounce in this hour particularly. And we're talking about IT stocks that were doing well at the start of the show. Well, the rupee has shown some strength, which will not be very, very good news for some of these IT stocks. And HCL Tech has come off the high point of the day. So get the intraday chart up for you on the screen. That stock, in fact, has come off the top. Now it's all on the verge of moving into the red. And otherwise as well, if you're looking at the broader markets, well, we have seen a relative underperformance today. But let's try to find a couple of winners. Hexaware is moving higher. Escorts as well has moved to the high point of the day. So keep an eye on both those two fronts. And in fact, on the losing end, you have JSPL that's seen some selling pressure. Now it's moved to around 144 rupees odd. But we've got an expert with us, Kunal Shah. Manisha, take it away.
Thank you so much for that, Nigel. Well, of course, the markets are all over the place, and that's exactly how you have seen happen with commodities as well. But Kunal, thank you so much for joining us. What is your sense on the metal prices now? Because it's all really hearsay right now, but even that seems to be supporting the prices today, even as we do not have anything concrete to move on in markets.
Well, I think metal prices for the time being have bottomed out, and I'm expecting them to move up. The main reason, the Chinese RRR cut, the Chinese infusion of $80 billion in the system, and apart from that, the positive expectation of the outcome from the US-China trade talks. So metal, one should buy at decline, and especially nickel looks very attractive. One can go long at 830 for the upside target of 850 to 860, and even copper for that matter looks very attractive. 425, one can go long for the upside target of 432, and stop loss should be placed at 420 to 50.
Kunal, how are you looking at the precious metal prices? Because gold has been doing well too. The pause in rate hikes by US Fed, the kind of buying that we've seen coming from Russian central bank has been at record high for 2018. And then, of course, the partial US government shutdown. All of those factors have been positive.
Yes, I'm expecting some profit taking or correction, mainly on account of the appreciation in the USD INR. But I think gold prices are going to move up eventually. So for the time, whatever correction you are getting, say, for example, 31,900, 31,800, great levels to again re-enter long position for the another rally. So after the Fed meeting, I'm expecting gold to shoot up. And before that, whatever correction comes, it would be the great opportunity to go long and accumulate.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that, Manisha, as well as Kunal. Well, on that note, we'll wrap up on Halftime Report. You stay with us. Business Lunch comes up next.